Boom, boom, boom. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back once again. I have so many screens. I have 3 screens in front of me right now, and it is crazy over here. I have 3 screens, and I have 4 videos in front of me of the 4 most beautiful faces in podcast history. We have the one and only Saucy right over there, Mr.
What
Slauson.
I gotta make sure it goes to me.
The man behind the only corner store that we care about, Noah's Corner. What's up, Noah?
Nice to meet you. Building. Go holler at the store. Grab yourself a bottle. We're not
Bro,
at the
are you
sponsor
okay?
spot.
Are you okay?
We're not gonna drop the name yet, but if I'm listener, you know what it is.
All right, M&J Ecological 305-697-2258. Give us a call for all of your iguana needs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what it is right here inside the Wrestling Paradox podcast. And we have the one, the only Thrash Daddy, Chris Thrasher. What's up, brother?
Not much. What's going on with you?
Not much, man. So, yo, I got some great news, guys, for the podcast. We have locked in a special guest next week. The one right out of South Side Chicago, the one, the only James Creed.
Boom.
Will be joining the
Thrasher's
podcast.
gonna jerk him off.
Thrasher's gonna jerk him off. Hold on,
We're all gonna
guys.
beat him off. We're all gonna take turns jerking off James Creed verbally.
Hey,
Metaphorically.
hold on one second, dude. Here, stay on the phone. Hold on, guys. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second here.
We're recording, Joe. This is
I
so.
understand we're recording. All right.
Well, while Joe is doing some fuckery,
Yeah, you guys focus on that. Hold on. Hello?
this fucking guy.
He's back. Sorry, guys.
Is
That
that
was
the dish?
that was a booking. That was a booking for the podcast. I apologize, guys. I
Trying to
apologize.
get a sponsor.
I'm trying to get a
Whatever
sponsor.
your name is.
Whatever your name is,
sponsor
give us
has
money.
to go right here.
Yeah, right. So
Open
I don't.
fucking wallet.
Hey, man, I gave him the information. You know, it's on him if he wants to show up or not. All right. So anyway,
Who's the 5th man?
Who is
What do you
the
mean?
5th man?
for tonight or next week? There's no one tonight. It's next week. It's James Creed. That's the 5th man.
Are your fucking headphones causing static on your microphone, sir?
Are they?
I don't know. I hear. it
No,
every-
I was on the phone. I think the phone is what was doing that.
Yeah, but
Are
it's
you
just-
guys getting it?
I'm gonna have to cut all this down.
Are you getting it right now?
Are we getting static now?
No, you're good.
Okay,
We're good.
then we're good.
All right. So, Joe, do you want to talk about Star Fox or whatever the fuck you wanted to talk about when we talk about video?
No,
Just read the outline, Joe. You read the fucking outline.
no.
No.
Oh, yes. My scenario. My
Yeah, your
scenario.
scenario, if you will.
My scenario. Whoa, what is going on right now? What is going on right now, ladies and gentlemen? We have a
this
pop.
fucking guy. Oh, I would want nothing less. God damn you.
Vic Arson is in
Oh
the
shit!
building, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, guys?
Wow.
Man, I don't know what to do with myself. How are you, Vic? How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Here's to you.
Fuck
Hey.
yeah.
See, this guy gets it. Heineken, your sponsorship would go right here.
Noah, my man Noah King, the
Cracking, bro.
prolific poet.
Dude,
What's
What's
up, bro?
right?
How you been?
I'm living, bro.
Yeah.
Dad, like, So now it's 4 dads in a batch.
4 dads.
4 dads in the
Goddamn
batch.
good kids.
No,
Well, I
sir,
guess-
no.
What is it? 3 dads in a batch?
3 dads in a
What?
batch. Well, today it's 4 dads in a batch, sir.
There you go.
Vic, you see Thrasher up there?
I know. I haven't
What's
seen
going
him. Where's
on?
he
What's
at?
going on? What's going on?
What's up, Chris?
How are you?
Long time no see.
I know, man. I was been asking about you.
Yeah, man. Nice to be back on the Wrestling Paradox, but now it's a new name, right?
We're working on it. We're thinking about it.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Well,
Gentlemen,
it's good to be back. Good to be back.
Thrasher, Noah, this was the surprise this week. It was Vic Arson on the show. So things are gonna be a little different tonight. I got some things in store for guest the program. I will tell you guys as usual. It's usually 3 programs. I mean, if I have a fourth man, I have to have a fourth program, right?
Right.
There we go, baby.
sounds
So
appropriate.
we're not gonna go crazy on the whole show tonight. A lot of it's gonna be guest the program. I feel like that's what's been winning over.
So
the
wait, is Vic the 4th man and I'm the 5th man? Am I always the 5th? Am I always the last number because I don't have a kid?
There you go.
Yeah,
Possibly.
That's how it works.
it's all right. Vic can go before me in honor of not seeing him for a while.
All right. I'll do the honors.
There you go. Hey, Vic, what'd you bring to drink with you? Heineken and what else?
Yeah, tonight I'm keeping it low key. Just I got a 4-pack of the 16-ounce cans of Heineken.
All right.
Like
Hey,
a whole commercial there. Good job.
Noah, you got anything for our sponsorship there?
That's crazy because I myself think it's time to crack open a cold one with the boys.
Oh,
Today we got a nice
With the
Grand Blue VSOP E&J brandy. Go down to your local liquor store, step over that piss stain, kick those cigarette butts from in front of the door, open the door, look on the second to last shelf, and find yourself a nice bottle of E&J brandy.
E&J.
It just gets better and
Nice.
better every week.
it sounds
Oh.
really smooth. That's that sounds good.
So, Vic, really quick, for some of our listeners who are new to our podcast or didn't catch our last interview with you, first of all, Vic gets a lot of credit for being actually one of the smarter people I know personally that's in the business, knowledge wise for wrestling throughout the years. And going from the early 90s to the early 2000s, this guy's always kind of had a plethora. And I guess that's what you get when you're from Biloxi or Tupelo, right? Where you from again?
Tupelo.
Tupelo, Mississippi.
Fun.
No,
Fun.
well, actually, everywhere I've lived has wrestling history. I was born and raised in Hartford, Connecticut. I lived in Little Falls, Minnesota. Lived in Naperville, Illinois. So you got that Chicago vibe. And Florida, all rich with wrestling history. So I feel like I was born for this.
All
And
wrestling
so-
roads go through Florida. Fun fact about Vic Arson. About a while back, I was, and this was still when me and Vic were tag teaming. I was watching a 2000 episode of SmackDown that happened to be taking place in Chicago. And in the hard cam, up a few rows, is a fucking guy waving a Vic Arson sign. And I was like, there's no fucking way. There's absolutely no way. Like, that is insane. And then the next day at training, I said, hey, were you at a fucking SmackDown in 2000? He's like, yeah, I was. Yeah, I was. That was me. And I was like, holy fucking shit.
That's awesome.
That's how he knows all. He's everywhere. He goes to all the shit.
Dude, Vic
That's right.
Arson. Vic Arson is amazing.
That was a good time.
Vic Arson, peek behind the curtain, is one of the hardest working people that I personally have met in the business. This guy gets there early to set up. This guy stays late to break down. Lately he's been falling out of the wrestling business, but man, this guy is still, man, you're eating good over there. I see it. You're eating pretty good, my brother.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I guess it comes with stepping out of the ring. I guess that comes with the territory.
Yeah, Saucy got fat too. That's why he wears a hoodie every week.
I'm no longer in the cruiser. I'm no longer in the cruiserweight. Like right up just above it. I'm like more of like a middleweight, heavyweight type thing.
We're not in that 205 no more. We're not in that 205. Noah stays cut. Noah stays cut and trim, but
Yeah.
I'm at that 205.
Yeah,
Noah's a thick 205. Noah's a thick 205.
I'm a 205, depending
in
on
wrestling
who
in
you ask.
wrestling standards, 220, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's a work 205, a shoot 225.
Exactly.
Me
There
and
you
Chris,
go.
as the Beardy Belly Bullies, are shoot 6'10" combined weight. All right.
A shoot 6'10" of weight.
All right. So yes, Mr. Slauson and Mr. Vic were the resident scumbags of CCW at one point. And you
We will
know,
always be the resident scumbags.
you guys are tied at the hip forever. It doesn't matter how long you guys go for indie wrestling. Like me and Thrasher being a part of it behind the scenes with CCW to watch you guys were fun. You guys were fun to watch. You guys were definitely. I see Thrasher shaking his head. Comment, Thrasher.
Oh, I loved it. They always, it's like they flowed. Like they tried to, like Slauson tried to be over the top heel and like be the ultimate bad guy, but he can't. It looked like tried so hard, but he just can't.
He would
I
avoid
remember-
us. He would avoid us.
He would avoid
ringside.
us because he know he would laugh. I would make
well,
him laugh.
I felt better about throwing stuff at Joe. Like I would always take my hair tie or my shirt and throw it at Joe. But there was one specific time I can remember. Joe wasn't sitting next to you, and I came it was at Bash at the Brew, and I came out of the curtain, and it was weird. It was like in the middle of some angle, and like I was doing my heel thing, but like I did my jumping thing. I did my hair down thing, and I whipped my hair up, and I looked over and I saw you and Brody, and I just like grinned at you guys, and then I had to go back into like being like.
Yeah.
Speaking-
To this day, every time I hear that song "Cocaine," I think
dude.
of glory days, man.
There you go,
Dude,
man.
and that fucking song, Lou want like fucking just said it every day. He's like, "This is what we're using. This is what you're using." I was like, "Isn't that too on the fucking nose?" And what do I fucking know? The fucking that's funny. See, I know how to be funny sometimes. But the first time we used it officially, we came out. They do the riff. We came out to the instrumental. It's that ba 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 ba. But people were filling in. The riff would do the thing, and then people would yell "cocaine" like at the part of the riff that it was in the song. And I was like, "God damn it, Lou Spector! God damn you! You're a genius."
Lou Dog, the heat magnet.
You guys were some big scumbags back in the day. And you know, when we think of scumbags and we think of tag teams, I mean, really one big one comes to mind for me. And I see it all the time on Instagram reels and TikTok. The Dudleys. Back in ECW days where he's laying out that fat skank, can't wait to suck a big cock. I'm like, bro, what is going on ECW right now? These guys are scumbags.
Well, it depends. It depends on what incarnation of the Dudleys ECW you're talking about.
Well,
Are you talking about the originals when he was stuttering? Because that's when he was.
That I hated the stuttering.
But he carried the stutter. He carried the stutter all the way into 2000.
No, he didn't.
Well, he got
No,
rid
he
of
didn't.
it.
He stopped it. He stopped it.
Oh, wait,
Like
no,
in the very-
like a couple months into them being in the WWF, though, he still had it.
Yeah. Well, I guess Bubba Ray started with the stuttering when the Dudleys first were a thing in ECW, and then he just got rid of it. And then for some reason they brought it back when they made their debut for WWE.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. I thought they just carried that, and then somebody had him stop doing it.
Yeah, the promos I'm seeing, there is no stutter. He's just straight ripping on the crowd. This is prime 1997, 8.
He's doing crowd work.
Yeah.
Amazing crowd work. You know,
Well,
like there's
the
ways
most-
to do crowd work. The
the
ways
mo-
to do. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Vic.
Sorry to cut the host off, but the most uneasy I've ever felt at a wrestling show was at an ECW show when the Dudleys came out. It was ECW's debut in Illinois, Villa Park, Illinois, right outside Chicago, Illinois. And it was just a regular show until intermission hit. And then after intermission, the Dudleys came out for their match. And Bubba Ray proceeded to cut one of the most scathing promos I've ever heard. I mean, I thought a full riot was going to happen in this place. I was there with two of my boys. At one point, we were actually strategizing our exit from the building because we thought it was going to get real. You know, we thought like there was chairs being thrown in the ring, batteries, pennies, coins, you name it. It was crazy. It was definitely the most uneasy I've ever felt at a wrestling show. I thought shit was going to go down for real.
Can we play? Can not the video, but can we play the audio to that promo? Slauson?
Right now.
Are
You
we
talking
allowed
about
to-
Heat Wave 98?
Is that it where he cut the nasty promo and just calling everybody a bitch and sucking dick and.
Yeah, I think he gets in. I think he gets in a girl's face and they're spitting at each other.
Oh, bro, it's gnarly, and this is my bar for scumbags in the arena. Like Enzo Amore is just a little prick. He's not scumbag. Lou Spector is just some dude who hangs out at Cheetahs. He's not a scumbag.
Some
He
dude
calls
that
himself a
hangs
scumbag.
out at Jesus.
Like you can call yourself a scumbag all you want, pal, but you can't coin yourself a scumbag. Like that, somebody has to give that to you.
Well, technically, Dan Evans did give it to us one day randomly. We're waiting for our intro during one of our first matches together with me, me and Slauson teaming up. And all of a sudden I hear, and making their way down the ring, the Resident Scumbags. And I was just like, I was caught off guard. I was like, what? My reaction was legit. Like,
but
it
sounded so good in Dan's Philly accent, though. The Resident Scumbags. And he did so.
Yeah.
Did you pull that promo,
Sauce? Surprised when you said that.
Did you pull that promo?
There's one from Heatwave 99 that I have up here, but I don't have any other one.
All right, don't worry about
that. That might be it.
What are your Thrasher? What is your what's your biggest scumbag tag team? Like, you can give me one tag team where you're like, dude, these guys were just the nastiest, like meanest, disgusting fucking team that I've ever seen.
Are you talking about as the person or as the character?
You play with it how you want.
Because I'm gonna feed you one on a T, and I want to see what you do with it. Because you get the triple threat. You can go Shane Douglas and Chris Candido, or Shane Douglas and Bam Bam Bigelow.
Oh,
Shane Douglas was kind of a scumbag in the ring and out of the ring.
I have my personal with Shane Douglas. Fuck Shane Douglas, bro. Fuck you. Go back to Target. Go back to your glasses section. Sweep up the floor and fucking fuck that guy, dude. All I did was say what's up to him, and he nodded me off like I was a piece of shit.
We've struck a nerve here, Joe.
Thrasher was there. It was Bash at the Beach, the first AEW show at the Watsco Center in Miami. And it was Bash at the Beach. It was a Wednesday night, and we had a great time going. We have floor seats. It was amazing. We're 8 rows behind where in WWE the announcer's table would be. We're 8 rows behind that, 8 or 9 rows, and it was great seats, and a great show, awesome show. We saw PCO, or no, that was ROH. Sorry, we saw some great matches there, but I always think of PCO when I think of the Watsco Center for whatever reason. I saw Shane Douglas and I go, yo, what's up, Shane Douglas? Blah, blah, and he just walks away from me. I'm like, fuck you, man. That's why I shop at Walmart, you piece of shit. I didn't like the guy. I still don't like the guy. Him and fucking Val Venus can both suck a dick.
Oh, really?
Oh, dude, fuck Sean Morley. Thank you for staying in character, but fuck that guy.
He has his own weed now, right? Shout out to Sean. Your weed could go here, and it could go on my table if you want.
And in my lungs.
Yeah. Our RVD and Val Venus switched gimmicks.
Yeah, somewhere along the line.
Yeah, seriously, RVD is fucking the porn stars now. Noah,
speaking of RVD? Did you see RVD is actually in a lawsuit with his CBD weed company? Because the guys that he was in business with just up and just stole the money.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the charade.
Yeah, I was reading that on Twitter the other day, and I read the article. And what happened was he kept investing money into this company, and they were growing the money. But what the people were doing, the two partners, were just taking the profits and not giving RVD any of it.
Huh. Nice.
So he's like, screw this. So he just lets back out. He's backing out, and he's suing them.
Hell yeah.
He should start his own. There's probably a million CBD fucking companies.
Yeah, he can go anywhere he wants with that brand. That brand
he'll make his money back immediately.
His target audience obviously is wrestlers. There's a lot of stoner wrestling fans. Like, that's a known thing. It's kind of like
well, I think it's just it also like workers now, dude. Like the CBD is huge. Dude. You're
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
paying
It's changed so much. We see Nate Diaz at a UFC post conference after fighting Conor McGregor, and he's smoking a CBD pen
Yeah.
and this CBD joint. And they're like, "Yo, what are you smoking?" He's like, "CBD. I can smoke this." You know what I'm saying? And he's literally at the press conference answering questions. The world's changing. Everything's changing. But
Well,
his target audience with the CBD, it reminds me of Jericho. His target audience with his music is a lot of wrestling fans. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Without wrestling fans, would RVD's rolling papers be as big as they are?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
probably
saying?
not. Yeah.
Without his past history as a wrestler, would Chris Jericho's Judas still be as big as it is?
I think if Jericho started a THC infused vodka company, him and RVD could become millionaires very quickly.
Very quickly. And they could have their sponsorship right there
Right
where Noah's
here.
sitting.
And I will be intoxicated on that very quickly all the time.
So Noah, back to our discussion. Who is your most devious, disgusting scumbags?
Disgusting scum of a tag team.
Yeah.
I mean, do I have to go like from my time or just like
Whatever you witnessed, and you said, "What the? That guy's an asshole."
I don't know. I mean, I've had like I don't know. I feel like I haven't had one where it was just like, oh, this is fucking like I can't like like that.
It like
dummies
you
and,
can't
like,
even
that-
like physically stomach like what they're doing. Is that what you're talking about?
Hey Vic, what are you doing on Tuesday nights? You want to take over on the podcast? you
You
feel
don't
have
like
to
think-
remember. You have to
You're
remember.
looking at
Noah's
it.
a baby. Noah's a baby. He's a tiny baby.
Don't
He's
call
the
me a tiny baby.
225 E and J drinking man.
Like he probably doesn't remember, or he wasn't in the heyday of like the Godwins. You know, when they were
God was
hog
thinking
slopping,
The Godwins.
The
Yeah.
slop bucket. Oh,
slop bucket on everybody.
oh, it's slop bucket, dude. What about you, Slauson?
A grand
Generation X? Did Generation X push you over to the edge?
No, I love
New Age Outlaws were just too crazy for you.
Is it cliche to go nasty boys? Nasty boys are pretty gnarly.
Some fucking scumbags.
Yeah,
There's
Yeah.
scumbags.
Scumbaggery there.
I'll throw one out to you. What about ICP?
Yeah, but do you count them?
No,
I would count the oddities before I counted ICP.
as
See,
scumbags.
If you're gonna count ICP and the oddities, you gotta count PG or PG-13.
JC Ice and Wolfie D.
This is why I brought Vic
Yeah.
Arson.
USWA's finest.
USWA. See, that's the company that I was asking about last week. USWA.
Yeah, that was the one we were talking about. That's the Dr. Death fucking place.
Yeah. Fun fact about if Justin Credible, actually one of his first big breaks, he was known as PG Walker. He was like a third member of PG-13 for like a minute before he became
PJ
Justin
Walker.
Yeah, PJ Walker, but he was PG Walker first for a minute, and then he changed to PJ Walker, and then
Then he was NC-17 Walker for a hot.
Man,
Rated R
our
Walker.
podcast was NC-17.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
him.
He made our podcast NC-17 real fucking quick.
Thrasher started cracking.
It was
How
the
about,
rated
how
R
about the Impact
superstar.
players? Speaking of Justin Credible, the Impact players in ECW.
Yeah. There you
They
go.
were
Don
dirty
Marie,
dog.
Jason, that whole entourage, Chastity.
Nicole Bass.
Mm.
Ooh,
Yeah, Nicole Bass, that's right.
Oh, dude, the fucking customs girl, yeah, some Nicole Bass. If she had a tag team partner, I'd say she would be the biggest scumbag in tag team wrestling. Nicole Bass.
Yeah.
All right. What about local indie events? What about CCW? Who's the biggest scumbags at CCW? You guys want to do that?
The resident scumbags.
The resident scumbags.
You asked that question. Should we
Well,
go?
but before our time, there was I'll give an honorable mention to the Syrian slasher and the American Taliban with Snake Master Abudaddin as their manager.
Okay.
Who?
They had a couple of bloody fights with I believe the Dudleys came into town one time and wrestled them. I could be wrong though. They might have wrestled Phi Delta Slam. But,
I love me some Phi Delta Slam. Those are great people though. Phi Delta Slam.
Yeah.
You know,
sure.
we keep ending up back on the Dudleys. You know, we keep ending right back.
But you know, do you have to be a heel to be gnarly and fucking? You not necessarily a scumbag, but the fucking Road Warriors kicked ass. They scared the fuck out of whoever. They didn't give a fuck being good guys or bad guys. They were just kicking people's asses, doing fucking people jobbers in the 80s doing 30-second jobs to these guys.
I'll throw one out there, and he wasn't a scumbag when he was a tag team, but I would say he became a scumbag after, and that's Shawn Michaels after what he did to Marty Jannetty. He became a scumbag.
But it took him a while to become a scumbag. It wasn't until like 3 years later.
And a handful of somas.
Yeah, he a lot of narcotics.
How about this one? Me personally, when I was a kid, the Twin Towers were always scumbag, in my opinion. But growing older and realizing that there was a big white dude, Akeem, trying to be a black guy from Africa. That's sort of a scumbag
African
move.
dream.
A little scumbaggery.
That is very much a scumbag move.
Yes. Although Slick's entrance music was the shit. That was some good stuff. Jive Soul Bro.
So if we're gonna start naming single scumbags with the Akeem, the African dream, can we just go ahead and say Vincent Kenny McMahon is a scumbag for putting half of this shit on TV? Can we call him a scumbag?
No, for sure.
I'd say the year that they did the angle that Linda was in a wheelchair getting dosed up to the eyeballs was some top level scumbaggery.
Dude, that
Yeah,
guy.
I would say, as a black man, do-rag Vince.
Okay.
Dropping the N-bomb. Do-rag Vince dropping the N-bomb, by the way.
Dropping the N-bomb, giving himself an excuse to drop the N-bomb to another, not even to a black person, another white
To John Cena.
and letting a black person overhear.
Right.
On camera.
He did something with what did he do with fucking Sabu that was racist too? You guys remember that?
Something about terrorism.
He called it. He said this must be the Sandman, didn't he?
Yes.
And it was
Yes.
Sabu, and then the guy that was with Vince was like, no, that's not. And then he had to, yeah, he did that too. Classic, man.
Classic Vince.
Any tag team with Mr. Fuji, that sneaky heel.
See, that's what you said, Mr. Fuji. I was thinking of Dungeon of Doom in WCW.
Okay.
Because the Dungeon of Doom in WCW was the revolving door of just ass fuckery. You had the Nasty Boys in it. You had the Giant. You had Mortis at one point in time. And Jimmy Hart always was the manager. It was always in a collusion and just trying to fuck shit up.
Collusion.
Kamala.
I pulled something up real quick, and this is from Sabu's book. Has anybody got the chance? I purchased it and had it signed by Sabu and sent to me. Did anybody get a chance to read some of this?
No.
No.
I've
Okay.
heard of
There is an excerpt. They are called the FU shoutouts. And I'm gonna go to the last one. And there's a few on here. I'll send it to you guys so you guys can read it later. This is to Vince McMahon. To Vince McMahon, believe it or not, I won't say fuck you to you, Vince, because you never really said anything to my face that was actually not somewhat professional. You have done a lot for the business that I love and given a lot of my friends work. So for all this, I do have respect for you. I will say this, though. You always shook my hand like a short bus meathead, almost pulling my shoulder out of its socket. a short bus meathead. What is wrong with this guy? Dude, some of the shit he said about Tess in this book, I guess Tess no-sold him or became a pussy and cried to the office. And Sabu is like, fuck you, Tess. Even in the grave, you piece of shit. Fuck you.
Wow.
Dude, it's
Well,
bad.
no, I don't think it happened in WWE. I think it happened in TNA.
Yeah? What happened?
It was when he did that whole and his real name Andrew Martin gimmick.
Oh yeah, he was the Punisher, Andrew Martin.
And I think he trying to get himself over at TNA. He tried putting Sabu down and Raven down and everything like that.
To Test, I would like to send a really big fuck you shout out beyond the grave to a bastard who no-sold like an asshole and always tattled like a baby. What does that say about Test? Yo, Sabu's reckless, man. This guy's a savage.
Maybe now we know why he never got that big push.
He was in the greatest ECW Elimination Chamber match ever.
Oh, December to Dismember.
You know,
It was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
with
You've never watched Heroes of Wrestling then.
Sheesh.
I think I still have that DVD somewhere unopened.
Unopened.
You know, it's funny. We give Vince a lot of shit, but a lot of the wrestlers respect him at the end of the day, even though he is a scumbag, and that's the topic of our conversation. You hear wrestlers all the time.
I don't think
he's
I don't think that really
unapologetic.
counts. I don't know. I feel like that's like it doesn't really count. It's like I was gonna say something, but I don't know who's watching. I don't want to get canceled, but it's it's kind of like the same way that some people would respect a certain figure who I won't name for his contributions to art, who is now currently serving time in prison.
Okay.
Which that can be a variety of people, actually.
You got my attention.
You have, and this is not my corner, by the way.
We can sponsor. You can sponsor this particular.
From your jail cell. Earn money on your commissary right here. No, you know, you can either be the sweater guy. It could be the I don't really know what to call him. The guy who believes he can fly. You know, you can insert a few names.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
You know, like you can say people will say they respect what they did, but like that doesn't make you not a scumbag or a shitty person for that matter.
So, as far as this topic is concerned, I'm gonna go ahead and do the closing on this topic, and I'm gonna let Vic take care of that. So, Vic, put a capper on our scumbag conversation. So what do we have? We have the Dudley Boys up there. You know, we named a few with the Nasty Boys, the Dudley Boys. What do you say, Vic? What's your final thoughts on the scumbags of wrestling and tag teams?
Tag team scumbags. Well, you know, I never bring up TNA. I'll give them an honorable mention. I was a big fan of Bad Influence, Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian. They did their thing for a while. I think they could have done a lot more if they would have kept it together. I mean, TNA, I don't know if it was management or whatever, but I feel like they ended their run prematurely. Maybe it was due to injury, who knows? But I thought they had a lot of potential to maybe even build a stable out of the whole Bad Influence gimmick.
Well, I don't know if you did. I don't know if you watched ROH in like 2018, 2017.
I was gonna say they pretty much just went over there.
Yeah, they went over there. They went to the Addiction.
Yeah. Oh, that's
ROH.
right. Wow, totally forgot about that. Yeah, they were the Addiction. Yeah.
I think Bad Influence was probably a better name.
Yeah.
For sure.
But as far as like WWE old school, it like I look at it like this more like Jimmy Hart's tag teams were always like up there as far as scumbag mentality. Like you had the Nasty Boys, as Slauson said, the Natural Disasters, Money Incorporated, with IRS and Ted DiBiase. Then you had Fuji's camp, who had like the Powers of Pain and the Orient Express, the Foreign Heels. And then you had Bobby Heenan with the Colossal Connection with Andre the Giant and the Haku. And the Brainbusters were great workers.
How can you forget about the Brainbusters?
Yes, the Brainbusters were actually, when I was working with Slauson, I would watch a lot of the Brainbusters prepping for our matches, trying to get some ideas.
Good times. Good times.
Great times. All right.
Mhm.
So we are now closing in on 9:12. So from 9:12 to 9:15 is going to be everybody's favorite part of the program, Noah's Corner.
Noah's Corner, liquor store.
So Noah, do you have a topic for us for Noah's Corner this week?
I do have a topic.
And really quick, while he's doing Noah's Corner, Thrasher, Vic, and Noah. So Slauson already knows. As you guys can see what Slauson's doing right there. He's got a piece of paper and a pen.
I
and
wish
you
I
guys,
was pouring myself a fucking E&J. Right now.
you guys can start writing down because there are so many matches on Guest the Program. If you guys want to take notes and obviously start doing that, I'll let you guys start doing that. So Noah, go ahead with Noah's Corner, buddy. It's all yours.
All right. This Noah's Corner is brought to you, as always, by EJ Brandy. It's time to crack open a cold one with the boys and sip on and sip long. Now, this little tidbit is going to be a bit of a walk back from a prior episode, and kind of an unpopular opinion. And I mean, we can spend a little bit of time, a minute or two, discussing it. I feel like a lot of us prematurely we jumped out. We killed the new not so big goal, right? And after this weekend of wrestling, I will say I do think it looks better on a person than it does just sitting on the fucking shit. So that was just something that kind of jumped out at me over the past couple of days. So I just kind of felt like I wanted to make a note of that. I feel like a lot of times we kind of jump out and like kill like title designs.
Wait, what did you say? What did you say?
The new big gold, the new belt, the new big gold.
The not so big gold.
I heard the not so big gulp. And I thought he was doing. I thought he was doing his
critique. I was still doing an ad.
I know. I thought you were doing.
I
thought you were doing a critique of a 7-Eleven cup. I'm like, okay, like
no, the not so big gold. So a couple weeks ago, when the not so big gold belt came out, the knockoff with the WWE logo slapped on the big gold.
I believe I called it a nipple.
A nipple.
I believe.
We none of us are fans of it, and
we all killed it. I'm not gonna lie. We all killed it. We all killed it on air. And now that I've seen it, like on a person's shoulder, in his hand, on his waist, I don't think it looks as bad as it did when it was just sitting there by itself. Like I think it's made like it's serviceable. I don't think it's the worst title they put out.
So it's don't judge a book by its cover is essentially what you're saying.
I wouldn't say don't judge a book. I mean, I guess in a way, don't jump to conclusions because I feel like we all killed like even I didn't like The Rock's WWE title when he put it out with the scratch logo. I mean, obviously now it's all just a spinoff of that, but I didn't like that shit when he put it out.
Yeah.
And that one ended up growing on me a little bit. I don't hate I don't really know how to differentiate. The one on the black strap, the World Heavyweight, the actual WWE Championship, I don't hate it on the black strap. I think it looks fine. But the Universal, I feel like they should have did something else just because it's two separate titles and you just change the strap color. So it just looks stupid off the strength of you're calling it something else, but it's the same fucking belt. But I do think we all killed the new World Heavyweight Championship, and I think it looks fine now that I've seen it with a person.
Are there too many belts in wrestling?
In wrestling, like in general,
In general, is there way too many belts between WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor? Are there just too many belts to keep up with?
I think.
Then you don't want to watch MLW. Try watching MLW. They have 13 different weight classes.
I don't support that
I
bullshit
think-
company.
I was gonna say, I think it should be tier 2 the size of your roster. I think WWE should have a lot of belts because they have, if you're counting WWE and NXT, they should have a good amount. They should have maybe 10 or 15 or whatever. I do think there is like some belts that are a little redundant. I don't think we need honestly, I don't think we need 2 different women's championships just because they only seem to focus on one story at a time. Like Rhea's doing great. It obviously they took the belt off of Bianca so that she can insert herself into Rhea's story or whatever.
Oh, did they take the belt off Bianca?
They did.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
They put her on Asuka just a month too late.
Yeah. So
Well, a month and a
she
half
would have
ago.
won that at Mania. She should have won that at Mania.
I mean, I feel like what they're trying to do a thing with Bianca at Mania and like keep her like super strong at Mania. Maybe she's undertake her. You see what I did there?
She's a brand ambassador. She's a brand ambassador for WrestleMania. So she's like good a public figure when she goes to these towns. So it brings people in to the crowd for the crowd.
Yeah, she's definitely she's the
And it's like Titus O'Neil. Titus O'Neil is the same way.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know.
Is Bianca Belair the closest thing to a female John Cena that we've had? Somebody that all the kid loves. Like we're probably not gonna see a heel turn for the majority of her career. Gonna be that connection between the youth, between the young black female community and wrestling. That's Bianca Belair. I don't see her as a heel anytime soon. I see she's going to be a face for a very long time. She may not be the face of the company, but John Cena didn't always need a belt. Bianca doesn't need a belt. She still has a connection with the crowd. She probably has a better connection with the crowd chasing the belt than actually holding the belt.
I think the only part I don't agree with you on is just I see them turning her heel at some point, and I feel like I see it relatively soon because the crowd is kind of turned, and I don't think they make the same decisions that they did with John with her. But I do see your point as far as like she's the one making wishes.
Well, she was a great face that when Endeavor bought the company. That's why they didn't take the belt off her at WrestleMania. You had Endeavor purchasing the company a week later, 2 weeks later. She was a great face on the paper to say, hey, by the way, this is our champions. Bianca Belair, amazing with kids. You guys know John Cena? She's that one. She does all the wishes.
She know John Cena?
Yeah.
Now picture him as a black woman.
As a black woman. All right. So that's Noah's Corner, ladies and gentlemen.
Also, Noah's Corner was also brought to you in part by Harlem Heat, just because Slauson has some kind of vendetta against Booker T at this point. And Booker, I don't know if you're watching. I don't know if you're listening, but Slauson is throwing dirt on your name every chance he gets to put a list out.
Every chance.
No, that I put them in the bottom. So Sports Illustrated.
See, so he's copying to it. You put him in the bottom. That's what you're saying.
I definitely put them in the bottom because
Put him
they
in
were
the back of the line.
apparently
In the back of the bus.
But I did make a note to say that both Bleacher Report and Sports Illustrated do not care about Harlem Heat because they clearly just don't give a shit.
Harlem Heat is definitely probably like top 15.
Scott Hall and Hennig beat out Harlem Heat on Bleacher Report's list, by the way.
They do have
Scott
Terry
Hall
and his dead brother.
probably would.
What?
Terry and his brother's not dead.
Terry and his dead brother Dory as number 9.
Well, that's accurate.
All right, check it out, ladies and gentlemen. It is now time to move on to your favorite part of the show, my favorite part of the show, and we got a special guest with Vic Arson here tonight, so this is gonna be fun. It is now time
ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your favorite part of the show. Guess the program.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Wrestling Paradox Podcast, aka the Three Dads and a Batch, with a special guest in Vic Arson. We usually do three guest the programs. Tonight is a special night, boys and girls. We're gonna have
four dad episodes.
4 guest the programs. Now, I have been thinking about this all week. Vic Arson, obviously, you're gonna collect some points tonight. You have the option, Vic Arson, that you can either give all your points to a guest on our show or a person on our show. So
Okay.
you can pass your points out. You can divvy them out however you feel. Or you at the very end, you can tell everybody go fuck themselves and you don't give any points to anybody.
But he can't say you can't say who's in first, who's in second, who's in third, right?
No.
That shows favoritism. That shows
we have to
favoritism.
make that decision.
Vic, did I give you that information already about when I went over the show with you?
No.
No. Okay, good.
About
So
who's in the lead or whatever?
no. Okay,
No,
yeah.
no.
Okay,
no, I have
so
no clue.
Vic doesn't know who's in the lead. So Vic, you are our guest on the program. How this works is you get a point. When I read out the program, first of all, you're gonna decide what program we're gonna read first by choosing 1, 2, or 3, or 4. Okay. And then
Okay.
from there, Vic Arson, you will go first, and you are going to write down the matches as I read them, and then you are going to answer what show it is, what year it took place, and what city it took place.
Wait, I need a pen for this?
If you would like a pen and paper, you can. I'm giving everybody the option to write down because it does turn into a lot. Go ahead. This is so fun, guys. Do you guys like my surprise? Did you guys like my surprise?
I did like your surprise.
Yeah. Did you pop, Noah? Did you pop when you saw his
I
Vic
did.
Arson?
No, so what happened was you guys were
All right, I'm
talking
back.
and he didn't pop up on my screen for like the first 40 to 45 seconds. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yo, I saw Chris pop.
Also, Vic, another rule is after he goes over all the matches, you're allowed to ask one question.
One question.
Right. One question
About
in relation to the show.
Now you have to use that question wisely because of the fact that that question can hurt you or it can help you, because it can hurt you by helping the other people.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's one
Now,
question
is it
per
like
show.
like a buzzer thing where like
No,
you read
everybody
out-
gets a
No.
chance to answer.
No,
Everybody
everyone gets to go.
Yeah, everybody
Now-
gets a chance.
So this is the order that we're gonna go. Just so everybody's aware, really quickly, we are gonna go. Vic Arson first, Noah second, Slauson third, Thrasher batting cleanup. All right. So
Gotcha.
you ready, guys? Here we go. Vic Arson, do you want to start with card number 1, number 2, number 3, or card number 4?
We'll do card number 4.
We're gonna good. I'm on card number 4. Okay. So this show consisted of 12 matches. The first 3 matches are on a pre-show. Okay. The first
The
match,
first 3.
the first 3 matches are on a pre-show, so 9 matches on the main card. The first match was Golga defeated Mosh. The Hardy Boys defeated Kai and Tai. 8 Ball.
Hold on, if you're making us writing this down, like you're going a little too fast.
I figured you're gonna put acronyms. HB defeats Chinese soup.
Chinese soup.
Doesn't that take longer to write out?
I thought
Hardy's
that
versus
takes
who?
longer than Kyan's side.
I'm sorry.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Okay.
8
I
Ball.
would put they chopped Valvita's penis off. That's what I would.
8 Ball.
Put
8
an
Ball.
entire
Copy
sentence.
wee wee.
Listen. 8 Ball defeated Billy Gunn.
But
Alright.
it sounds like a barn burner.
Oh, Billy Gunn. 8 Ball defeated Billy Gunn and Skull. I'm sorry. It was a triple threat match. All right. You guys ready? Here you go. Main card. Owen defeated Edge. Al Snow and Scorpio defeated Too Much.
Ooh.
Okay.
Before they became
No, don't say anything. Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
Mark Marrow defeated Draws. Bradshaw defeated Vader. D'Lo Brown
And then
defeated
pounded ass.
D'Lo Brown defeated Gangrel.
Motherfucker.
The Rock defeated Ken Shamrock and Mick Kind in a triple threat match?
Who?
The
Mick
Rock
Kind. Is
defeated
that like of Irish mankind?
the Rock defeated
Mick
Ken
Kind.
Shamrock and Mankind in a triple threat match. Val Venus defeated Dustin Reynolds. DX, which was
Reynolds.
Billy Gunn, Road Dogg, and X-Pac, defeated Jeff Jarrett and Southern Justice. And Kane and The Undertaker defeated Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Was that a triple threat or a handicap?
That was a triple threat match, sir.
Kane and Undertaker defeated Stone Cold?
Yes, sir. All right. So, Vic Arson, you have one question you can ask after reviewing that card. You can ask me about a particular match. You can ask me certain questions about the match. Whatever you want.
Wait,
Yeah,
hold on. You just said that last match was a triple threat, but then you said Kane and Undertaker beat Stone Cold.
Hey, I'm reading right off of Wikipedia, sir. And if you are a wrestling fan, you remember the night after.
I remember the night after. I don't,
Kane and
I never remember
Undertaker
the night
defeated Stone Cold Steve Austin in a triple threat match. Okay. All right. Vic Arson, do you have a question for me?
Undefeated Edge. Was this can I ask what year the year, or do I have to guess
That's
that?
something you have to guess. You have to guess
You have to
year,
guess the year.
pay-per-view, and city.
So year, pay-per-view,
And city.
and
Yes,
city.
Sir. Yes, sir.
All
I
three.
wanted to get to this quickly because I with you guys writing it down now, I know it's gonna take another minute or two on program, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna get through this, but it's gonna be a lot more fun for us.
See, I think this is well, I'm not gonna say but this was at a time when like drugs and alcohol were becoming more prevalent in my life, so my memory might not be as good. But I think I know what it is.
All right. So what year do you think this took place?
I think this took place in '99.
Okay. And what program is this?
99, and I think it might have been a King of the Ring.
Okay. And do you know where it took place?
That I don't know. Yeah, that's because that main event is what is triggering me to guess this.
All right.
I'm thinking it was sometime, like in June.
Noah, what do you have for me, Noah? Don't kill me on time, Noah. Don't kill me on time.
Do I have a question? That's a triple threat. The main event, was it for the strap?
Yes, it was for the strap.
This is 99.
Okay. What show?
Fuck me.
There's that show again. That was a WCW show, though. WCW, fuck me.
What show, Noah?
I'm gonna go. I don't think they were even doing these. I'm gonna go Judgment Day, maybe.
Okay, where did it take place?
Boston, Mass.
All right, Mikey.
Can I guess a city since I might as well?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll guess Cleveland, Ohio.
At the Gun Arena. Saucy, you don't get, dude, it's a joke, bro. All right, so the very first week I did this, side note, Thrasher guessed 4 for 4, program, year, city, and the arena, and it was the Gun Arena. So every answer Slauson says it's the Gun Arena. So Saucy, what do you have for me? What program is it? Well, what's your question?
I don't have one. This is Breakdown 1998 in Hartford, Connecticut.
All right. And what do you have for me, Mr. Thrash Daddy?
I have the same thing. It's In Your House Breakdown, 1998, and I have
Oh,
it
I
in
didn't
Calgary.
House. Does that count, Joe?
I have it in Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Oh,
Oh,
Does
all
In
right.
Your House? So they both have the same show. Does one get more points because he put the In Your House?
No. So Vic Arson and Noah both walk away with 0 points on that show. Mike and Thrasher were correct. This was a 1998 breakdown in your house. The very next night, the WWF title was in a case on WWE Monday Night Raw. That's when Austin drove the truck down, jumped off of the truck over everybody, beat the shit out of McMahon, and McMahon was going to have a match that night for the title, Undertaker versus Kane, to see who the champion was, and both were pissed. So
The
yes.
Zamboni.
Yes, that was a Zamboni he drove down. Yes, sir. And believe it or not, so the way I got this card was listening. This was a show that Chris Thrasher put me on, Something to Wrestle With. And it was on their top 30 moments with Bruce
I do
Pritchard.
have a.
And Bruce Pritchard said he almost died that night because Stone Cold couldn't see where the Zamboni was going coming out of the curtain. Because if you know how Zamboni's shaped, you're not riding on the front of it. You're riding on the back of it. So, right. And I went back and watched, and Bruce Pritchard is standing behind a table, a foldable table, as he's coming out on the side curtain. And he turns at the last minute, and Bruce actually had to back up because the table got pushed. And he was like, I almost died. He goes, if he did not turn, when he turned, he would have ran me over. So it was, that's something to wrestle with. Shout out.
I would like to make a note.
Go ahead.
For the possible E&J sponsors that are watching and maybe hinging their sponsorship on me winning this tournament. I would just like to add a footnote that I was one.
You were what?
I was one.
What do you mean?
It was 1998. I was one.
No, you
So,
said 99.
E&J sponsor. You said the pay-per-view was actually 98. So, E&J sponsors, please do not count the results of this tournament.
Hold on.
Please
Back up.
enter your sponsorship right here.
Back up. Hold on. First of all, this is my show, not your show. You had your corner. Now I get my program. Second of all,
Trying to secure some
did he say 1998 or 99, guys?
No,
I said
you
99.
He
You said the
99.
show was in 98.
The show was in
saying-
98.
Yeah, but he's saying he was only 1 year old back then.
Oh, nobody gives a shit about your age.
They might.
All right. So Noah, you're up on the clock.
Hey, but wait.
What?
Did we only get 2 points, or did we? What's going on?
Yeah. So, the show took place in you were correct in Canada, but it wasn't where you said.
Oh, fuck. Right.
You were correct in Canada. I apologize.
Toronto, Ontario.
Yes, I believe it was. I believe it was Ontario. Breakdown 98. Yeah, this took place in the Municipal Center. No, the Cops Coliseum in Hamilton, Ontario.
Ew.
So yes.
Would have not pegged that for
Hamilton, Ontario, not a known city. Your
Noah.
sponsorship could go right here.
We're waiting for Tupelo to sponsor us. Noah, do you want card number 1, number 2, or number 3?
I'm gonna go 3. 3's been a good number to me in my life.
Number 3. All right, you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yuji Nagata, Nagata, defeated Pat Tanaka.
Good Lord. Bash at the Brew 3.
The Public Enemy defeated Harlem Heat.
Hey, there he is.
There they
Shout
are.
out
The
Booker
worst-
T. Ray.
Now listen when I say this next name. Lord Steven Regal defeated Ultimate Dragon.
Ultimo Dragon.
Ultimo Dragon. I apologize. Yeah, sure. Correct.
was
Ultimate.
about to
No,
say,
this says
not
Ultimate.
Ultimate?
This says Ultimate Dragon here.
No, it's Ultimo.
This says Ultimate on my wiki page.
I feel like it's a type.
Medusa defeated Luna Vachon. Rey Mysterio Jr. defeated Yuji Yasuoka. Glacier and Mortis. or Glacier defeated Mortis. I apologize. Glacier defeated Mortis. Dean Malenko defeated Jeff Jarrett. Mang defeated Chris Benoit. The Steiner brothers defeated Conan and Hugh Morse.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Steve Michael defeated Reggie White.
Nick Michael?
Yep. Steve McMichael defeated Reggie White. That was the only time a Bears ever beat a Packer on Monday night. All right. And no, this wasn't on Monday night. This wasn't on Monday night. I'm only joking. This was Sunday. And Ric Flair,
Sunday evening.
Roddy Piper, and Kevin Green defeated the NWO. Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and Six. Noah, year, card, city. What do you got? And don't ask me how long the show was. That question helps nobody.
Smart ass. And that's when there was not. I'm gonna. I don't think that's gonna help, and I feel like you're gonna bullshit me.
This guy's full of ums and shoulders over here.
What is? don't say that because now it made me look at myself. What was? And you can tell me if this is cheap, then I can ask a different question.
Get it out.
What was the color scheme of this pay-per-view?
Black and white.
Fuck yeah.
This is WCW NWO Sold Out 96. Live from 96. Where the fuck was that? Shit.
I don't think you're right. I think you're vastly wrong.
I'm just letting him answer to feel better.
Listen, I wasn't born.
Give me the city. Give me the city.
I'm gonna say something really stupid.
Come on, Noah.
Daytona Beach, Florida. I don't know.
All right. So no reason to change that 0. Okay, Miami Mike, Saucy Saucy. What you got? You like
Fuck
that?
you. Go Heat.
The Heat, you could sponsor our show right here.
Saucy Saucy. What do you got?
The Heat. The entire Miami Heat organization.
All of them. Butler, all of them.
Pat Riley.
I love you, Thrasher.
This is Fall Brawl 1997. I'm gonna go with the Georgia Dome because all their major pay-per-views took place in the Georgia Dome. So I'm going with that.
Thrasher, what do you got for me?
I got Spring Stampede 97.
Oh, okay.
And it's
So if I
in
look up the logo
Charlotte, North
and-
Carolina.
Oh, that's
Question.
the only other city that it could fucking possibly be.
Vic
Question.
Arson. Vic
If I
Arson.
look up the logo and it's not black and white, do I get a point because you misled
No.
me?
Vic Arson, what do you got?
To prove that I'm not copying Thrasher, I actually guessed Spring Stampede 1997, Tupelo, Mississippi.
I was
I
gonna
was gonna
say
say, what about you?
Tupelo. I should have
Tupelo,
fucking said Tupelo.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you ready? This took place
It
on
was
May
on the-
18th, 1997.
Okay.
All right.
I'll
It
take it.
was WCW Slamboree 97.
Oh.
You want to know who was on the program poster? Because that's the part that cracks me up. This person wasn't even on the show. Lex Luger is on the poster, wrenching in pain in black and white, and he's not even on the show. I don't get it.
I think I
don't-
said this last episode.
All
That's
right.
how you
Yeah,
make
man.
this card.
Probably for the
That
best.
was my two. That was my two guesses. It was either
So,
Slamboree or Spring Stampede. I couldn't figure out which one I wanted to set.
Noah gets 0 points. Mike, you get 1 point. Thrasher, you get 2 points, and Arson gets 1 point. Thrasher gets 2 points because he got year correct and he got city correct. It took place in Charlotte, North Carolina at the Independence Arena.
Oh shit, dude! Wow, look at you.
Yeah, because
Bojangles.
I could drink some more EJ.
Kevin Green played for the
Kevin
Panthers,
Green.
so that makes
Yep.
sense.
I was trying to remember who Kevin Green played for, but I was like, it's still football. It's still WCW.
He played for the Packers too. I remember he
You
was
know
a
what's
linebacker.
really funny?
That's what was throwing me off, and I was like, I know they didn't do a show.
What's up, Noah?
Not the Kevin Green I was thinking about.
You're crazy. All
And
right,
I was like, they let 6 put him over? Jesus.
Thrasher, do you want 1 or 2? 1 or 2? Like an optometrist.
Give me
One.
2.
2. I like 2. Okay,
Oh,
you
we're
guys
just
ready
going
for this one?
backwards there.
This one is going to be fun for you guys. Okay.
Is there any TNA in this episode? Never
On
mind.
the first show, on the first match, this was on the pre-show. Shocker defeated Jarrell Clark.
The shocker.
Shocker
This is TNA.
defeated Jarrell Clark. America's Most Wanted defeated Alex Shelley and Michael Shane. Sanjay Dutt defeated Elix Skipper, Mikey Bats, and Shark Boy.
Is it Mikey Bats or Mike E. Bats?
No, Mikey Bats. Mikey Bats.
Not that it
Apollo,
matters.
Apollo and Sonny Siaki defeated David Young and Simon Diamond. Samoa Joe defeated Chris Sabin. Team Canada defeated the Naturals and Lance Hoyt. Monty Brown and Kit James defeated 3 Live Crew.
Man.
AJ Styles defeated Sean Waltman. Christopher Daniels defeated Petey Williams. And Raven defeated Abyss.
Okay.
The Raven Abyss match for you guys, because I love you, was a dog collar match, if anybody's going to ask. Okay. So, Thrasher,
In what month did this pay-per-view take place?
this pay-per-view took place in the month of July. So, Vic,
This
you're
is-
on. Vic, I'm sorry,
Wait,
no,
I'm up,
no.
I'm
This is
up.
on Mike. This is on Saucy.
I
Saucy's
already guessed it. I already guessed.
Saucy's first. Saucy's
He
first.
definitely
All right,
didn't
go in
even.
order.
He didn't even guess yet.
All right, go Thrasher. You can have it first.
Jesus, mother of God.
Thrasher.
This is gonna be Bound for Glory 2003 in Orlando, Florida. That's why I wanted to go first.
Lossy. All right, you know what? Sloss, you're getting skipped, and then we'll come back to you.
I-
Vic Arson.
Say my
Look at this.
answer to the same thing.
Vic Arson, what do you have?
Wrote it down.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sketchy with the TNA stats. So I did Bound for Glory, Orlando, Florida, 2007 though.
Oh,
All
okay.
right.
Way too late.
Noah.
This is definitely 05.
Okay.
Definitely 05. I'm just gonna say definitely Orlando because it's TNA and it's
Okay.
early TNA.
Okay.
And now I just have to figure out
What show is this?
fuck. See, I had something in mind, and then you said the stip for
Here we go.
which match was because I'm pretty sure it was on the show. Which match was for the X Division title?
Christopher Daniels defeated
Petey
Petey
Williams.
Williams, and Christopher Daniels was champion coming in, and he was champion walking out.
So that had to be a regular match. Because I was originally gonna like when you I was originally gonna say lockdown, but I'm not gonna say lockdown.
All right. So what are you gonna say? Because you ain't saying nothing.
I'm gonna say oh, no surrender? Maybe.
All right. That's your final answer.
Sure.
Miami
Fuck
Mike,
me.
where we
This
at?
is terrible. Shit.
Bound for Glory 2003, Orlando, Florida.
2003.
I've
That's
been waiting
definitely
the
not
whole
right.
time to say that.
All right.
That's definitely not right. 2003.
All right. So you guys ready? Vic Arson, you walk away with 1 point. Chris
All right.
Thrasher. Chris Thrasher walks away with 1 point. Miami Mike walks away with 1 point.
If
All
I
of you
get this
said-
right,
All of you said Orlando, Florida. Congratulations. All right. Noah hit the nail on the head and went 3-4-3. This
E
is
and J, your sponsorship would go
2005
right.
No
here.
Surrender in Orlando, Florida.
It was a Raven threw me off. That's why I said 03.
No, because Raven and Abyss
Nope.
had a really long.
No, they had a
really
really
long
bad
thing.
storyline with the Monsters Ball and everything like that. You know what threw me for a loop? Simon Diamond.
That too. There was a couple names in there where I was like, this can't be that late, and I was like, it's got to be earlier.
It can be no, because you know what? It set me up. Sean Waltman and AJ. Because I'm like, I know that wasn't super early.
That's the thing with TNA cards. There's always like one random person that I completely forget was in TNA, and then I have to pinpoint the year that they weren't on what I was normally seeing them on, and then I have to All right. Well, I got
Sean Waltman and AJ definitely did it for me. And then with Petey Williams, because I know he was the X Division champion, really like in that mid time, he was like 05 to like 07 ish. But
Are you
it
drinking
wasn't really.
Budweiser?
It was
Fuck
really
yeah. King of beers.
First of all, Budweiser, your sponsorship could also go here.
Please
We will
bleep that
sponsor
out.
you both.
Bleep that out. Bleep that. No, their sponsorship will not go on this show. It's not because of everything that's going on in the woke world. It's their shit goddamn beer. Their horrible beer. And it took this for everybody to figure that out, that their beer sucks. If you're going to drink a beer, PBR is the way to go. Right, Thrasher?
I have never had if somebody would like to, patrons on, is it Patreon? Patrons, if you would like to sponsor us all a case of Pabst Blue Ribbon, please send it to this P.O. box. Slauson, open the P.O. box and then list it here.
Me
I
and
got it right
Thrasher.
here.
Me and Thrasher flew up to Nashville a couple years ago for a CCW show. And the day after the show, before our flight that night, we booked a late flight because we wanted to see Nashville. So we booked a late flight coming home. And it was funny on the way up. We see Archangel. And Archangel's awesome. He's full-fledged mask and everything in the airport. He's amazing. He does not break character.
Why?
at all.
Why did you say Archangel? You mean Archangel?
Archangel.
What's his name?
He said
Archangel?
He said Archangel.
Whatever. I don't care what his fucking name is. The guy doesn't break character. I love it. But
Great
anyway, so
guy,
me and
Great
Thrasher,
guy, by the
Love
way.
it.
Shout
Great
out
guy.
to Archangel.
me and Thrasher, by the way, we sat in a bar. First, we started Kid Rock's bar drinking the champagne of beers, Miller High Life. My first time drinking Miller High Life.
No, we did not. We did not step foot in that bar, by the way.
Where did we go?
We didn't go to Kid Rock's bar.
Where was it? Where did we go for the Miller High
We
Life?
went to Honky Tonk Central.
That's what it was. And then we went over to this bar that had AstroTurf and a live band and drank dollar
Okay.
PBRs until our flight came.
I
Oh
drink
my God.
Budweiser's there, but I do like that bar. I've got some pretty crazy ass stories from Kid Rock's bar too.
Are they
Yeah,
racist?
I'm pretty sure.
On Kid Rock's part, yeah, kind of. But I had
I would assume so.
All right. So check it out. We got one more program. And we're going to end this show up. It's 9:49. All right, guys. Last show. Miami Mike.
Kid
you're
Rock,
on.
your sponsorship would not go here.
All right. Miami Mike, you ready?
yeah, sure.
Sal E. Graziano defeated Balls Mahoney. Kid Cash, Danny Doring, and Roadkill defeated Simon Diamond, C.W. Anderson, and Johnny Swinger. I know that was a lot. If you guys
Shout out to the
chicken,
Amish.
chicken.
Shout out to Roadkill and the Amish people.
Once again, Kid
As a
Cash,
whole
Danny Doring, and Roadkill defeated Simon Diamond, C.W. Anderson, and Johnny Swinger. Jerry Lynn defeated Steve Carino. Chris Chetty and Nova defeated the Baddies or the Baldies. The Baldies? The Baldies.
The
Baldies, the
baddies
Baldies.
and the bugs. Ooh, excuse me.
Tajiri defeated Mikey Whipwreck, Little Guido, and Psychosis. Rhino defeated the Sandman. Rob Van Dam defeated Scotty Anton. And in your main event, Just Incredible defeated Tommy Dreamer.
Gotcha.
Now, something happened at this show that I watched a documentary on, and this was the pay-per-view card that something big happened at this show. So I said, okay, we're going to do this show. So Miami Mike, starting with you first, and Thrasher, you're on deck. So Miami Mike, what show, year, and city?
Everybody cashing your question.
I'm gonna be wrong. What year and city and show is this? That's my question.
It's not how any of this fucking works.
I'm gonna go with 96. I
Ask
think
a
that's the only
meaningful
part I'm gonna
question.
get.
before you-
This is ECW's. Let me think of the pay-per-views they had back then and throw one out there. I'm gonna go Guilty as Charged, 96 in the ECW in the CCW arena.
All right.
In the CCW arena?
That's right, Pompano, Florida.
Thrasher.
I don't think that's
Can I ask my question?
Thrasher, please ask your question.
What month did this take place?
This took place in July.
I should have asked that one.
That's terrible.
Okay, I think I got it, and I think I might have hit it right on the head.
Talk to me.
I think this is 1998, Living Dangerously in Norfolk, Virginia.
Okay.
Oh, I was not expecting that.
Arson, what you got?
I'm guessing July threw me off. It makes me want to guess Heat Wave, but I'm gonna stick to my original guess. 2000, Guilty as Charged, Poughkeepsie, New York.
Okay. And Noah, here we go, guys. It should take about 10 minutes for this answer.
The first thing that popped into my head was Living Dangerously, so we're gonna go with that.
There you go.
And Just Incredible was champion.
Justin
Going
Credible
in?
was champion coming in.
I guess that's my question. I'm going. Oof. Goddamn. When did Vince raid everybody else? This has to be at least 99. It could be. I don't think there was a 2001.
All right. So what show did you say?
Definitely. Living Dangerously popped in my head. Don't know for sure, obviously, because I wasn't coherent. I'm gonna go 99, I guess, just because I don't know if they have
All
one
right.
in 2000.
So
And
where?
the
What city?
arena. Not the. I'm not gonna guess the arena. I'm going to say Chicago, Illinois. I don't know.
All right. So So I'll tell you guys. I watched Dark Side of the Ring the other day with the documentary and XP.
Was this the New Jack? Was this New Jack?
Was this the New Jack thing when he threw the
No,
guy off the
no.
fucking?
That this did take place at that show, or no, this did not take place at the show. I apologize.
That
the
happened
show,
at a Living Dangerously.
the show
You know
that I
what?
watched. The
should've
show that I
asked
watched.
you what was the thing that happened?
The show that I watched was XPW.
Would that be a valid question?
XPW was Extreme Pro Wrestling with a gentleman by the name of the Messiah, Supreme. There was another wrestler in there. And
Homeless Jimmy.
I don't remember his
CCW
name.
guys?
That kid, Hawks. I forget his name. Luke Hawks, I believe it is.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
wrestled for them. So here it is. So check it out. On that night, XPW showed up to ECW because XPW and ECW had a working deal at the time.
Oh, this was in California.
This was in California, yes, sir. And ECW pulled out the last moment. So just to get it out there, this was Heat Wave 2000 in California. This was ECW's first show on California.
Damn it.
So XPW showed up and they waited till the main event. and they threw up the X's. They turned to the hard cam and threw up the X's for XPW. And they invaded XPW that night and they got their asses beat. So basically the reason for the ICE wanted this card was because of, this took place in California. This was a huge night for ECW. This was in 2000. Again, this was Heat Wave, and it took place in California at the Grand Olympic Auditorium, holding 5,700 people.
Should have said 2000. I was right there.
So if you guys have not seen that episode Dark Side of the Ring with XPW, it's fucking nuts. They cut a guy's thumb off. It's crazy. So tonight, Noah, you walk away with 3 points.
I respect it.
All right. Miami Mike, Saucy, you walk away with 4 points.
Yeah.
My Thrash Daddy, you walk away with 5. And Vic Arson, you walk away with 3. Now, Vic Arson, you have an option here. You can either give these points to some. You cannot split them up between people. You can't give each of these fucking losers 1 point. You either give them all to one person. Or
First of all, fuck you. I'm not a loser.
You do not.
I'm a scumbag, bitch.
Yeah, these scumbags. You can either give your points to one person, which I really want you to do, or you could tell these scumbags to fuck off and walk away with your points.
Gee, let me
And wait.
think. Miami Mike, aka Slauson, he's got to get him.
Points go to Saucy.
From another mother.
Points go to Saucy.
Good, because he's in last place anyway. So.
And this will be the only time that I rally to the top, and then next week
Rally.
again.
All right.
Sorry, Vic. Your points will probably go in vain because I'm probably gonna lose another day. But I appreciate you and I love you very much.
Love you too, my brother. Never say never. You got this.
So, all right, boys. So here we go. Updated scores. Noah, you are sitting with a total of 14.
The brothers at the back of us again. Jesus
All
Christ.
right. Miami Mike.
At the hands of the whites.
We add your additional 3, Miami Mike. Bring your total this week to 7. Means you are sitting at 17. And let's see here. Thrasher, you get 5. So that brings your total to 19.
Oh, all right.
So
all right.
19, 17, and 15. How about
either way, these are pretty good scores. I feel very proud of us and what we've done here in 5 weeks.
I really think we have something special with this guest the program. Do you guys like this?
I do like it.
This is fine,
More early 90s WWE, I'll beat all your asses.
Does is that a commitment to return to the show, Vic Arson? Was that a soft commitment? Is that what that was?
Vic Arson,
man,
your sponsorship
I'm down
can go
for
right
whatever.
here.
Your sponsorship and your spot on the show can go right here.
Oh, down where?
Down here. Boom.
All right, boys. So this has been
Shout out to
fun.
Vic with the IC title in the background, by the way.
I love
Yes.
Just been glossing over that.
So
And no
Vic
one
has
ever
been trying to
commented
get me to buy that title. I gotta buy that title off Vic. Vic wants me to buy that IC belt. He messaged.
Yeah, what's up with you, man? You left me hanging.
I did. I was going through a rough patch, but we're getting back to it. So I actually may still purchase that off you. I actually may give you a call next week, because that's the only belt I'm missing. That's one of the IC belts I'm missing from my collection.
Yeah.
So
it's all yours if you want it.
no, I do want it. We're gonna need to talk about that. But anyway, so Saucy, Noah, our king,
The prolific Papa.
the prolific Papa, Saucy, and Thrash Daddy. This has been a great night of the Wrestling Paradox podcast. I think we did pretty good tonight, boys. We didn't cut each other off. We had fun. I got some headphones so I can hear when other people are talking now. It's nice.
I also put my headphones.
Shut up, Noah.
You don't get to talk to me like that on a public platform because I will rally my fan base against you.
All 3 of them, all 3 6-year-olds.
All 3
they're all
African
your
American
nephews.
6-year-olds.
They're all your nephews.
And it will become a racial issue.
Yes,
It will become a racial issue.
All right. So, hey, Chris, do you remember Sauce? And I appreciate all your hard work tonight, by the way. Thrasher, do you remember when we had the Wrestling Paradox podcast, just us two, and Thrasher was producing for us, and we had a thing where we gave our guests a minute to cut their promo, and I remember Vic Arson's. Vic Arson had a very good one. Vic Arson was awesome because the lighter wouldn't click. You remember the lighter wouldn't click, and he kept having it. So it looks like that lighter's working. So Vic, this is just like Tosh.0. I'm going to give you a chance to redeem yourself. All right. Are you hitting a bong, Noah? Like, what are you doing, Doc?
No, that's actually just me and our amazing sponsor, E&J Brandy, pouring up another cold one with the boys.
With the boys. Vic Arson, you have a chance to redeem yourself. I'm going to let you end the show, Vic. Yo, keep that finger on the button, Slauson. Go ahead, Vic.
Well, first of all, it wasn't a lighter that wasn't clicking. It was the matches. I was going one match at a time. And then I had to break out the blowtorch. You know, in this business, they always say never. You might not have seen me in that squared circle in a very long time. As a matter of fact, November of 2021 was the last time you saw me in that ring. And the last time you saw me in that ring, I took Gangrov's finish in the middle of the ring in the main event. And I was perfectly content walking away at that point because, as they say, you're either all in or all out. Wise man once said that. So I wasn't all in at that point. Mentally, I had a lot of stuff to take care of, but never say never. Vic Arson has not died. The Resident Scumbags, they're not gone. They might be back sooner than later. Never say never. Vic Arson might be back better than ever. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Oh, baby.
Scumbags for life.
More like, yo, the lighter almost didn't work. The lighter didn't want to sell. The
I
lighter
know,
didn't
right?
sell.
I was trying to know something.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Wrestling Paradox Podcast, aka Three Dads and a Batch. I think we're gonna stick with it. I like it. We're gonna roll with it, boys. We'll update the green screen, Thrasher. Other than that, our prolific one, Noah King, our resident scumbag, the one, the only Slossy Saucy, and Thrash Daddy. I am Daddy Swolsa. This is the Wrestling Paradox Podcast. Vic Arson, say something smart, Vic.
Something smart, Vic. Woo!
End the fucking show.